I am very super excited because 1 week from today, the day that I'm uploading, I am going to be in Disneyland. I'm going to be in Disneyland from Tuesday, July 10th through Thursday, July 12th, so a short trip, but I'm gonna make it count for all that I can. It's a short trip to Disneyland because it's actually just one stop on a little California road trip that my family and I are doing. So I've talked about before, but myself, my mom, dad, and my younger brother, we are huge Chicago Cubs fans, and so we'd always wanted to do a West Coast Chicago Cubs road trip. My brother just graduated from college and he is starting his real world adult job soon, and the Cubs are going to be in San Francisco and San Diego, so we thought that this was the perfect opportunity to finally take our California family road trip. And so it also works out that what is right in between San Francisco and San Diego but Disneyland. So I get to sneak in a few days at Disney. This Friday, I'm flying out to San Francisco and meeting my family there. We're gonna spend a few days touring the city. I'm campaigning to go to the Walt Disney Family Museum, so I'm really excited to be able to check that out. And then Monday, July 9th, we have our Cubs and San Francisco Giants game. Then the next morning, on July 10th, we drive down to Anaheim to go to Disneyland. So I have the full afternoon and evening at the Disneyland park. I am very excited because we are going to be able to see Fantasmic. I've seen Fantasmic once before at Walt Disney World, but everybody says the Disneyland version is way better. Then the next day, Wednesday, we're spending the entire day at California Adventure. A few things I'm really excited for there. I can't wait to ride Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. Last time I was at Disneyland, it was closed as both Tower and not yet opened as Guardians. You of course also have Pixar Pier that just opened up, so that's going to be super fun to check out, and also ride the Incredicoaster. And then also Paint the Night Parade is at DCA. I've never seen that parade, but from the videos it looks so super cool. And then on Thursday the 12th, I have the morning and early afternoon back at Disneyland Park before we drive down to San Diego for a few days there and another Cubs game. We are going to be staying on property at the Paradise Pier Hotel. I've only ever stayed at the Disneyland Hotel, but in terms of summer rates, Paradise Pier is definitely more affordable, so that means that I have extra magic hours for the DCA and Disneyland mornings. It's also exciting that I get to be at the park for some limited edition pins coming out. On the Thursday that I'm there, I'm really looking forward to get, I think it's a 63rd anniversary Disneyland pin, and then there's also a Diamond Celebration Piece of History pin. So it's gonna feel exciting to be able to purchase LE pins myself without having to pay PayPal fees or shipping. And so since I'm going to Disneyland, I wanted to share the park bag that I'm using since it is an Ida bag and show how I've set that up. And then I also wanted to share some of the outfits that I've planned for the trip. So this here is my Ida bag that I'm going to be using as my park backpack. It's one of the super cheap Ida bags that you can get on eBay or Amazon, but I have modified this to fit with my needs. So if you can see, this backpack used to be the one that had the cat ears on it. I didn't like those, so I just cut them off, and it works pretty fine just as is. I like it looking sleeker like this. And then you'll notice I have tons of pins in the front display here. So I've chosen to include what's pretty much nearly almost all of my sweets and snacks related pins. You'll see with some of the outfits and accessories, I'm going for kind of a foodie theme. But the other reason why I wanted to use these pins is because the majority of them are hidden Mickey pins or common pins. And so because Disneyland is just one short stop on our full longer trip, I didn't want to take any of my pins that are a little bit more valuable or irreplaceable, just because you don't know what's going to happen with traveling. So these pins are ones that you don't have to worry about as much or feel too concerned about. But they're also pins that are so adorable. So this is the backpack where it has the front zipper portion where all the pins are. And the other modification that I did for this is I made myself a full actual pin insert. So with this bag, you can just stick the pins through and then just pin back them in the back. But since the body is going to be filled with all sorts of things, I found that that kind of just rubs against those pin backs. They can kind of come off, and it's just not as streamlined. So what I first did is I just double-sided taped a piece of black felt down on here, just so that I have full protection with this and I won't get any pin back sticking through. And then I made this cool little insert that I have all my pins on. So this here is made out of this foam material. This foam isn't quite as strong as I would like it, but it works for my purposes. I chose this foam because it has a pretty nice thickness and it's also bendable, because if you just use corkboard, the corkboard can break or crack, and cardboard is really stiff and not thick enough. Corrugated plastic can hold pins in well, but sometimes a little bit too well, and it can damage the post. So because I just wanted these as easily interchangeable, I just cut this foam to the size of my backpack, and then I just used some black felt and covered both sides of it. So I now just have this really cute, simple black foam covered insert, and using the felt material, that means you won't see individual pinholes going through. The foam allows this to have some body and wiggle, so it's not super rigid, so then it'll work well with the backpack. And then you just stick the pins right through there. The pin posts in the back don't really come out at all. If you really push, you can kind of feel it, but that's why I put that other level of the black felt on the inside of here. And then what I also did is I just put a little bit of double-sided tape on the back of the pins so that they aren't swiveling around when in there. I know that'll probably leave a little bit of residue on the back of the pins, but I don't really care because they're my own pins, and I'd rather have them secured in here. So here, out of the glare of the backpack, you can see all the pins I've chosen to include for here. A lot of them are the cute Disneyland Hidden Mickey food pins and the fruit pins. I have some of my cupcakes and a few other pins fit in there. So I'm really pleased with how many pins I was able to load in here. And then the insert just goes right in the backpack, and it fits and molds in super well. So I love these Ita bags as a way to display the pins because everything is totally contained and safe. You don't have to worry about anything getting wet or falling off. And then because I've made this insert, I don't have to worry about any pin backs on the inside. I think this backpack is a perfect park size because you don't want something that's too large and cumbersome, but you need to hold enough things in here for the day. So in my backpack, I'm going to be keeping a sweatshirt rolled up inside because I always get cold with air conditioning inside, and it's always possible that it can get a little bit chilly at night. So I'm bringing along this Celebrate Disneyland sweatshirt. This was from their Diamond Celebration. I got it at my outlet for $4. I think it's just the right thickness, and it's easy enough to roll up so it doesn't take up too much space. I'm going to be bringing along my phone charger since I think we are planning on doing Max Pass, and so that means you're booking your fast passes on your phone, and obviously you're taking photos, probably draining the battery. So it's always a good idea to have something to recharge your phone with. This charger is probably a little bit larger than most phone chargers, but that's because you can recharge this using solar power. So it has a little carabiner clip that you can just clip on, and throughout the day, if the battery in this itself has gotten low, you just have to let it soak up some sun rays and then it charges itself back up. I actually have this primarily to use when doing field work, since if you're doing field work, you obviously have no access to any outlets, but this can hold a good amount of a charge, and it's not like it takes up too much space. Of course, I'm going to bring along some sunglasses because I'm very sun sensitive, and so anytime I'm outside, I need sunglasses. I think I'm gonna bring these two options. So this first pair is from Target, and they cost about $3. And they have a built-in Mickey ears visor to them. They look a little bit ridiculous double-eared, but I'm sure somebody in my family at least will wear these, and where else can you really get away with wearing these but at Disney? But I really like the fact that they actually have a visor on them so that you have a little bit addedness of actually wearing a hat without having to wear a hat. But just in case that's a little bit too extra, I have my main sunglasses, and then I always have to remember to bring them in my sunglasses pouch because I think this is like my third pair of these cheap Target shades because I love the style, but I always scratch the lenses. So I'm gonna keep them inside in the actual pouch. I have my little wristlet of miscellaneous things. This I always have in any purse or backpack that I'm using. This just has all your essentials like lip balm, a hair tie, hand sanitizer, hand lotion, nail clippers, a band-aid, Tylenol, headphones, just things that I always like to have on me, and I like to keep them in here because they're smaller items and it's really easy for them to get lost in a big backpack. So they stay really nice and contained in here. And then I'm also bringing along my wallet wristlet. This has all my cards and whatnot in here. I might possibly downsize it and put it in a slightly smaller wallet that I have, but the backpack is plenty big, so I think that I can fit this in here. I know my mother is going to be in charge of and have sunscreen because you gotta have sunscreen if you're gonna be out at the parks in the summer for a full day. I also burn super easily. And then I'll have to see what kind of water bottle I want to bring along. I have some options that keep water really nice and cool, and I have some options that are lighter. So I think I'll choose whatever is the lightest because I don't want to be lugging around a ton of extra weight. I'm also bringing along an item that I'm wearing right now, and these are my Lollipop Ears. This pair is actually going to be my mom's ears. I'm currently in the process of making a new pair for myself since I'm always kind of continually trying to perfect how they look. I was planning on bringing my really awesome customized pin folio to use for pin trading in the parks, but the new hidden Mickeys at Disneyland still have not been released. Walt Disney World has had theirs out for months now, and it's sounding like Disneyland still won't get theirs until the fall. So I had been really excited to use my awesome customized pin folio and try and look for the new hidden Mickeys because I really want those Emperor's New Groove hidden Mickeys, but they're not out yet. And last time, the trading situation at Disneyland is pretty abysmal. Like 95% of all the stuff is fake. And I remember there being like not too many cast members even wearing lanyards. So because I'm in the parks for such a short amount of time, I don't think I'm gonna take my whole pin folio. I think I'm gonna do a little makeshift solution for pins. So in addition to my backpack, I'm also going to be using and taking along my adorable burger pass holder. This is one of the pass holders from Tokyo Disney Resort. I got this on eBay for not too bad of a price, and I just am so in love with it. So I'm planning on wearing this kind of like as a crossbody in addition to the backpack because this is going to be kind of part of my outfits, but also storage for some stuff. So in the back here, you can slide in your pass because Disneyland still uses the actual passes. So easy to put that there. And then this also has a little zippered pouch. So inside, I'm planning on putting some trading pins in there to have on hand just in case I do see something. So not super ideal, but I don't think the trading scene is going to be too great there. Then also in here, I'm going to be keeping some of my business cards for my ears, just in case anybody comes up and sees my ears. I can give them a card that can direct them to my Etsy where they can find them. This pouch is pretty small, so you can't even come close to fitting a phone in here. I have my Disney Visa redemption card that I have loaded Disney dollars on, so I might also keep this in here to have easy access to. But otherwise, this is mainly to use for holding pass and whatnot, and also just as a really cute fashion statement. I've also planned all of my outfits that I want to wear on the trip. So on my Disneyland arrival date, I wanted to wear this tie-dyed Disneyland Resort shirt. I got this at my Disney Store outlet, and I just so super love this. It's extremely bright and colorful. It'll also work with the rainbow of my ears, and I just feel like this is a perfect thing to wear when you're actually at Disneyland. And I just plan on pairing this with some regular jean shorts. Wednesday, my full day at DCA, I plan to go all out with my thematic dress. So I'm going to wear my Powered by Churros t-shirt. This is a Disney Parks shirt. It is a children's shirt, but I got it when it was on super sale and it fits me. And I fell in love with the Disneyland churros there. I plan on eating a whole bunch when I'm there, so I had to go for this shirt. I plan on pairing it with this cute royal blue skater skirt. I really enjoy wearing skirts like this because they're super light and easy to move in. And then with a skirt like that, I always wear a pair of these little shorts underneath, so that way you never worry about having to flash anyone. So with this outfit, I'll have my Lollipop Ears, my churro shirt, and my burger pass holder all together, plus all the sweets and snacks pins for my Eat a backpack. I debated what I wanted to wear for the Thursday morning and early afternoon in Disneyland, but I settled on wearing this Target shirt. This again, yes, it's another children's shirt, but even though this shirt is really simple, I love the design of how it looks. And this also works because we're gonna be in the evening down in San Diego, so I don't wanna be too ultra Disney-fied there. I also thought that this would pair well with the rainbow lollipop ears, and again, I'm wearing the burger pass holder. And like the first day there, I also just plan on wearing this with some jean shorts. While you have cute outfits in Disneyland, the most important thing is that you don't necessarily care about the aesthetics of the footwear. They have to be comfortable. So I'm gonna be wearing my Birkenstock sandals. These are very, very well loved. And I do think that these are really cute too. But like, I'm not gonna wear anything like try and be fashionable like any of my Converse or Vans because those just kill your feet. My Birkenstocks have the arch support I need. I could wear these all day long. I pretty much do wear these every single day here in Arizona. And these are in the Bali style, which they don't really make anymore, but I actually wore these for my last trip in Disneyland in January. My knees are not really good, and I was in physical therapy for like 6 months for them. So in January, I had worn my Birkenstocks with socks because it was really cold, and the other shoes I had just didn't have arch support. So you gotta make sure you have good, comfy, worn-in footwear. So because this is a Chicago Cubs and Disney trip, I also have some shirts that I'm going to wear to the Cubs games that are very fitting. I first have this Cubs shirt with Mickey Mouse dressed up as a player. My dad actually got my mom and I matching of these Cubs shirts for last Christmas, so I'll be wearing this to one of the games. And then I also have this cute Mickey Mouse Chicago Cubs shirt. Mickey again is dressed up as a player, but this one is some sort of official shirt. It has the Majestic logo on it. I don't remember where I got it from, but I think this Cubs shirt comes from more of like a small shop, so I'll be able to bring a little bit of Disney with me to the games too. If you also happen to be in Disneyland for these dates, feel free to say hi. I am with my family the whole time. Ironically and totally independently, Becca from Disney Kitty is going to be in San Francisco and Disneyland nearly the same dates that I am, so it'll be really fun to meet her. I'm going to see if I can take at least some video of things, but this is only my second trip to Disneyland, and so I'm probably going to try and like soak up as much as I can. I've been counting down to this for quite a long time, and I'm so excited that it's almost finally here. But thanks for watching!